What a beautiful thing this is. Meat. This is meat. I know to whom it belongs to. Wolf giggles as he looks at the dog tag.
Aww.
You'd like to
Is
know,
it him?
too, huh?
Wait.
It's funny that someone who would like to speak so much won't ever say a word. I'll give you a piece of advice, almost for free. If you want to know more about where this thing came from, find the woman who stinks of chickens, eh? You'll find her in a cottage in the northeastern part of the forest.
Are we gonna find a chicken lady? This game is getting very
Takes a step in my direction. If you find anything worthwhile from her, do remember that I like information. It would be wise to live on good terms with me, comrade meat.
It's like
That's
horror.
really creepy.
It's like horror meets Hotline Miami meets
He's got shit.
Resident Evil 4. That's
Yeah.
like my interpretation right now.
It's a flare, flashlight. I literally only have the bucket left.
So, do you have money? How do you buy things?
You trade.
Buy one weapon and ammo.
I buy weapons and ammo.
So how do you... Oh, reputation is your...
Got it.
Maybe, at least. I don't know. It's a little vague there.
Taking a stroll through the woods after dusk means certain death, meat. Better find some walls to hide behind before nightfall, and pray for the morning light.
You're in the walls.
Well, I am now.
You fine? Oh, you've got a journal. Fancy that.
Where the hell is F?
That's J.
Oh, shit.
Journal, not fernal.
Stealth.
Nice. So, wait, okay, so what exactly... Do we know what skills are?
20 pages. No, not yet. We haven't run into any.
I wonder if that means that, you can train abilities?
I don't know what to look for here. It's a bloody trap. I feel the walls getting closer and closer. This is no place for a human being.
Oh,
Notes. Dog tag. No locations, no
scratched
people.
off. Keys.
Keys?
Keys?
And quest items. Alright.
Cool.
Well,
Blank slate.
there's
Huh,
the map.
That's nice, actually. It's very useful.
Meadow. Underground entrance.
Presumably we're in
Forest.
that house.
Old woods.
I wonder if the
Yeah.
red shifts
Hideout
to
one.
our current location. I hope so. Cool. Okay, so we got a little bit more bearings now. So, okay, let's talk about required death in games. How do you feel about them? Like what we just saw in the last episode.
Well, I don't know that it was required. That's the thing. Because I had broken the item that would have helped me defend myself. You know?
True.
So-
Well, okay, how many hits did it take to break it, though?
Several.
Okay, so we had the potential of killing him. Now, let's operate under the assumption that you were going to die there no matter what.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it takes away from the feeling of this being a survival horror?
No, I think it instills the fear of, holy crap, now I know what to sort of expect.
I guess that's sort of fair. I'm sorry, continue. I didn't mean to
No, it's
stop
fine.
you.
It's cool. My opinion's the main. No, I'm just kidding.
I just get excited to jump into the conversation, but I should really wait my turn.
Here's the thing. A lot of people think that plot death is like, oh, man, I know I could kill him if it just give me enough time. Like, it's the beginning of the game. You don't have any skills. You're barely able to grasp the controls of movement and attacking and so forth. Like, if it means leading me to the next chunk of the game that I can then learn about, then I will go through that. Like, that's something I sort of understand is sort of necessary sometimes.
Okay, so then how would you feel if this was done later on in the game? Say we've already been through all the chaos and stuff. Halfway through the game, we have a little moment where we're locked in a room with a guy, and it's mandatory for you to die.
That would be a little weird, because you've already gotten through enough of the game to understand how it works. I look at the plot death as a way of teaching you what you should be prepared for, not as a means of, hey, remember this guy that fucked you up at the beginning of the game? He's going to do it again just because he can. Like, that's how I sort of look at that situation.
Okay, no, actually, strangely enough, I was going to argue a little bit against it, but you sort of swayed me a bit. But I agree. I think when it comes to tutorial level stuff, it's actually not too bad. My fear with a game like this is that it sets a precedence that death is okay and that death is forgiving. And I think that this game, death is not forgiving. I think it's actually supposed to be quite the opposite.
Right.
And so when the precedence starts that death is going to happen and you should never die, and then you die and yet it still is okay, I think that breaks theme. Now, on the other hand, I do agree. It actually is kind of nice to get that taste of what to expect from combat, and even if it requires you to die, it's a good understanding, or it helps give you a better understanding. Now, on the other end, it's entirely possible that it's also a plot device.
Yeah.
You actually could be dead right now, and this is all like a limbo dream.
Entirely possible.
Which, if it is, it's sort of a cop-out, but it's, it's not the worst thing in the world. So then my follow-up question is, how do you feel if that wasn't a mandatory death and you did have the chance of killing him?
I feel like... I don't know, because with the positioning of that weapon...
I think it's the terrain.
Yeah, I think there's like a chance that you step on a twig or something.
So, finish your thought, and then I want to bring up something about sound.
Okay. So, I think with the positioning of the weapon that you get, in combination with the fact that earlier, in order to escape that cell, you use the weapon to break down the barricaded door, I feel like it... Oh, God. What did I do?
Oh, this is the scene that I saw in the trailer. That's kind of cool.
What the shit?
Mushrooms. I think that's... Oh, God, they're pulsating.
No.
Got it.
I think it almost sort of expected you to go and use the item on the door, because earlier you had done the same thing. It didn't look like there was any problem with you using that on the barricaded door to continue out into the forest or whatever.
Did we even know that items could break at that point?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Huh.
All right. But anyway.
So for me, my concerns actually, if you could have beaten him, my concerns still would have been the same, because at the end of the day, you still died and progression happened. In a game like this, I feel no matter what the potential resolutions are, if that's one of them, then you do risk breaking theme.
Yeah.
At the other hand, I don't think it's that bad. I'm not, saying that the designers of this game did a bad job. It's a pretty minor thing, all things considered. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say on that. But sound! Okay, so I've noticed this a few times now, and I haven't brought it up because I wasn't totally sure. But I've noticed that when you step on certain terrain types, especially the first time, it will make a sound. So like certain wooden floors will creak, or those branches over there by that tree would make a loud snapping noise, like cracking branches.
Yeah.
Even grass right now is kind of making some noise, but it's not very significant. And I think sound in terrain types might make a difference in this game. If you're trying to sneak, or depending on what type of terrain you're walking on, you might draw attention to monsters.
Makes sense.
We have yet to see, but if that is the case, I think that would be cool. Really, my only concern, if that is a mechanic in this game, is I really hope they do a good job differentiating those terrains that will make noise. Because it could easily feel really shitty if you keep accidentally stepping on it and then getting a lot of attention drawn to you, even though you're trying to sneak. You just can't see what's going to make noise.
Gotcha.
So, I guess what's the plan? What are we trying to do now?
I don't want to venture out without a weapon.
So you don't have a weapon.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be smart to get a weapon. We haven't collected much, Can we sell him mushrooms?
Reputation is the...
Oh, okay, so
money.
that is the currency. Very interesting. So you at least have 50 reputation right now. So you can buy something.
Right.
They're not leaving you helpless.
I mean,
I mean, yeah, you
to
can't.
work with.
Well, if you could buy some of the best stuff right off the bat, then that'd be silly.
Parts, tape, handgun,
I thought I
bullet
saw some
handle,
weapon for 50.
watch, tape, welder,
Ooh.
metal pipe, nail,
Pellet, rag.
medium caliber magazine, small caliber magazine, shotgun shell, matchstick, lockpick, gasoline, flashlight,
Well,
flare, gas mask.
I don't think we're going to be able to buy anything, even if we spend time collecting stuff around here. We may just have to run for our lives through the woods.
Okay.
Now, on the other side, I did read in the press release that the world is randomly generated.
Yeah.
Probably along with the items in the building, too. So, you never know what you could find.
Yay.
You could have also just gotten a shitty luck of the draw of the luck of the draw. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have just gotten a shitty luck of the draw and just had no weapons in the building initially, or we're just bad at finding it. But no way like really getting a feel for a horror game than running balls to the walls out into the danger. Am I right?
Yeah.
Although I feel like your slow movement is going to be the death of you. Do we have an indication of how much battery power you have?
No.
So it just kind of
I
dies.
also don't
when it
think
dies?
this is a flashlight. I think this is just sight because it's daytime or something.
Oh, really? Daytime?
Or something similar. I don't know.
It's just so prominent. I would have thought that it is a flashlight.
Well, if you look at the range.
Oh, that's true. It must be more prominent. The shadows must be more prominent when you're inside, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you have like starlight or something. Presumably. We can't see the sky, so we really have no way of really knowing.
Yeah.
Well, let's go exploring in the next episode. What do you say?
Sounds good.
That doesn't sound too good.
Sounds like a dog.
Or a monster.
Don't do that.